night in, night out. If they lost a game, they made sure they. I mean, they're against. I think their following game they went like 19-1 this year after a loss.
And it wasn't until the last 3 weeks of the season where they had back-to-back losses.
I mean, they were consistent, and they were by far the best team in the NBA this year. They own the NBA. Giannis owned the NBA. He's my MVP. The floor is yours.
All right, Uncle Luke. Thank you for that, by the way. Hearing all the praise for the Milwaukee Bucks this season, I don't get sick of it. I don't get sick.
Hold on. When you go through this, I'm going to tally up how much money I made on the Bucks this year.
Okay. So then I'll start with this. I did not bet on a single Milwaukee Bucks basketball game this year. And I enjoyed watching you take the train on down to Winning Town, but I didn't want to place a bet. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to keep this as pure as I possibly could. I have been watching the Milwaukee Bucks since I started watching basketball. I have photos of me going to the Bradley Center in maybe 2002 in a game against the Indiana Pacers. I was able to go to a game this year. I have been to games in many years in between. I've watched more games than I would care to admit. And I watched those games when this team was absolute dog shit. I didn't care. It was never really about the winning for me. I was supporting this team regardless of the outcome of their season. In 2009, maybe it wasn't 2009, but when I first met my good buddy Dustin Sleeter, who was a diehard Steph Curry fan, and I was a delusional Milwaukee Bucks fan, I swore to him, then it eventually became a joke, but I swore to him, Brandon Jennings is better than Steph Curry. That's where my mind has been for the last 20 years of my life. I had a little bit of fun in the early 2010s when they made a move and got Monte Ellis. That, for me, was the highlight of my Bucks fandom until about 2013. In 2013, they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo. My first reaction was disappointment. I was sick of them drafting international projects. They had done it before and failed miserably. However, this one felt different. On draft night, it was explained that the kid was from Greece. My dad's family, who is all from Milwaukee, are all Greek. So immediately, there was reasons to be invested. And then on draft night, they also said that some of the guys had nicknamed him Bo in Giannis Antetokounmpo. And well, I continued to watch. And in the first year, it was only a few minutes and a few games. But he showed the flashes. And then the next year, he took another step. And he started to show out in some big games at Madison Square Garden. And eventually, by year 4, he made a big impact for the Milwaukee Bucks. He was a household name throughout Milwaukee, and the following year, he made his first All-Star team. And this year, he's a household name across America. I've watched the entire transition. I've seen him with every coach. I saw the change to when they got Jason Kidd, and Giannis started to learn how to be a point guard, how to handle the rock, how to distribute, how to draw defenders in and kick out, how to look off defenders with your eyes. This year was really, really special. In previous years, I would enjoy the games knowing that, well, don't pour your heart and soul in because there's a good chance that they're going to fuck this up. But I don't know, around week 3 of this season, it was different. It was vastly different. Coach Budenholzer, who did a fantastic job in Atlanta.
Coach of the year.
He's your coach of the year in the NBA. He took a team that was an 8 seed and, like you said, Uncle Luke, made one pickup. Now, I do not want to underestimate the importance of Brook Lopez to this team.
Chris Middleton or
Splash?
Brogdon, all those guys.
This was a team. This was not a story of Giannis doing it all by himself. Giannis did a lot. He did a fantastic job in a lot of different areas. But this was a team. This was a deep team. You're talking about a team who had DJ Wilson contributing, providing valuable minutes late in this year. At the trade deadline, they got Mirotic, who has not really been able to play too much, but I think will prove to be a smart move come playoff time. This team was consistent. They were healthy. Their main focus, their main emphasis was on the defensive end. They were the number one team on the defensive end in the NBA this year. The Bud system on offense. Let it fucking fly. You miss. You come back down. You work your tail off on defense. And then you go down the floor. And if you get another open look, you shoot it again. Brook Lopez fit right into all of that. You know, hopefully come playoff time, the threes continue to drop. But we always placed an emphasis on being more than a three-point shooting team. We are a defensive, lockdown, scrappy team who also happens to be able to shoot threes and dunk on your head. Uncle Luke, I cannot wait. I've never been more excited for an NBA playoffs in my entire life. For the first time, I kind of get to be a part of it. I'm going to be heavily invested. This is the first time for me that this will be a real playoffs. In the past, I watched it just as a hoops fan. And for the first time, I'm gonna watch as a Milwaukee Bucks fan. And man, am I excited.